Hello everyone, this is Pyrox, one of the brain attack villains, and he is basically a lava minotaur. And in that clip, I went through the parts, I opened the bag, showed the bag, and skipped the building and skipped the reviewing because that's what we're going to do in this portion. So, a little disclaimer before we get started. You'll notice Pyrox actually has a special armor piece, and it's this thing, this lava number 5 fiery armor piece. Well, it's 2020 and I may have lost that piece. I don't know where it went. I think I actually might have lost it for good. So what I've done instead is I took a number 4 translucent orange armor piece and just replaced it there. So apologies for that everyone, but it's a little disclaimer, I lost the armor piece. And so just imagine that the proper printed armor piece is here, okay? Alright, no hard feelings. So Pyrox was actually the first brain attack monster I've got my hands on, and my first impressions of him was, that's a huge face. I mean, look at that size of that face. It's actually really big if you ask me. And I also like what they've done with the horns here, because then again, he's a minotaur, and I think, yeah, his head design was very cool. But it lacks an articulation just because of the evil brain bug that's attached and the way it's attached, so it kind of limits the posability, but it's fine. And we'll take a look at the brain bug in a bit, but for now I just want to show you the creature overall. So that's the head. The main body piece uses a dark brownish red body armor piece. That was pretty cool. And it got unfortunately, I feel like the gunmetal gray chest piece was a little off of the overall color scheme. I think they should have stuck with the color scheme. Maybe make like a lava printed chest piece or something. I think that would look a lot more cooler on this guy. But I feel like it's a little plain with the gunmetal gray chest piece. But that's my opinion on that, but I may be wrong. The legs here, I like how it's not the same. It's short, but it's definitely different. It uses the Ben 10 legs here. Posability, not too much because it uses 2 knee joints, so you can't really twist the legs all the way around. But this one has armor piece with the spikes, and this one is supposed to have the special armor piece, but you know, I've lost it, so that's that. And then for the arms, we got this. Well, for his left arm, we have his lava claws, as I call it. These are just plain old claws, and it uses the 3.0 paw piece with the red spikes, and the claws itself are a transparent orange talon piece, and the claw looks great. I think it's very lava-y, it looks very fiery, and I think that looks awesome. The arms joints uses a knee joint, and then uses a smaller bone joint, which is fine. It's best if you don't make the arms too long. I think that's a wise choice. But look at what they've done with the shoulders. They use this new special boulder piece, also in that dark red color. I think that looks great. As in for this side, he doesn't have the claw. It's a normal 5-finger hand, but in that 5-finger hand, he's holding his weapon, which is a flamethrower. It can act as a blade, that's for sure, but in this TV series, he's shooting fire out of it, so it's a flamethrower. So the thing can rotate. So there's a knob back here, and as you turn it, you can see the blade is rotating. So I guess this mimics the fire he's shooting. And the blade overall, it's not too complicated, but the design is very simple, and that looks great. And yeah, I think the blade looks fine, and cool weapon. So all in all, what do I think of Pyrox? Well, with the brain on, he looks great. But now let's take off the brain, and you'll notice the majority of these creatures are gonna look a little bit terrible without the brain bug. So I removed the face. See how the brain bug just snaps on there, and the brain bug is actually locked. His tail is locked with this piece here. I don't like how when you fold the brain bug down, the tail just naturally twists like that. I can't control it. It's just, I tried fixing it, but I think it's just because of the plastic. It just naturally folds up like that. And look, now the tail's a little bit scrunched up, but this thing is old. Remember, this thing is really old. So let's remove the brain bug off, and now you can see this is what Pyrox looks like without the brain bug. So this is him before he gets possessed by the bug. Boom. Ah, look how open and hollow that is now. It looks very, very bare. And hey, it honestly, without the brain bug, these creatures would look terrible. But speaking of brain bug, here's the brain bug, and this one is in a soft plastic, and it is molded in yellow. And you can see it has 6 legs. It's got the red eyes, got the 2 red spikes, and on the bottom here it just simply attaches with an axle here. And I think, okay, well, these brain bugs are actually fun to collect. They're very small and simple, but without the life-saving grace to your creatures, because I think it's actually a good thing they possess them, because the creatures look terrible without the brain bugs. So that's the brain bug, and I'm not going to attach him back, and I'll just leave him like this. Yeah. Okay, so what do I think of Pyrox overall as a figure? When I first got him, he was supposed to be the villain that FURNO XL was fighting. Apart from the missing armor piece, Pyrox looks great overall. I think the only problem is the back is a little bare, but then again, that's the majority of Hero Factory figures. But I don't know, I think I give Pyrox a good 8 out of 10, because I think I think they could add a little bit more. They can add a little bit more to Pyrox, then I think that would be great. But then again, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Make sure to like if you agree or dislike if you disagree. And yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. And next up, we're going to be doing bulk, this guy. And we'll catch you again in the next one. Peace out.